one of the last times the main character saw the male lead was the male lead requesting to see the main character and him having wine. And the main character didn't want to see the male lead. Though he had basically dwindled his hatred towards the male lead, he didn't really want to see him. But they had wine before the main character went out to the border to fight. I love the male lead. He planned to get revenge for the main character by getting revenge on the stepmother and half-brother by ruining the half-brother. That's how he's going to get revenge on the stepmother, by ruining her son, so he can't take the position of Duke. He also had plans of ruining the half-sister, the one married to the crown prince, but the crown princess already dealt with her for him, so he's like, yep, that's dealt for me. One issue dealt with, I don't have to deal with. I love him. They're really sweet. So when the main character went back to the border to deal with the whole situation with his position, the main character and him sent each other gifts. And one of the gifts the main character sent the male lead was a pendant that looked exactly like the pendant the main character destroyed all those years ago, which kind of freaked the male lead out. And we find out that the male lead kept that pendant that was destroyed to show example what their relationship was. He kept it and had it fixed, like he fixed it. Like, so sweet. He's been holding on to it for 7 years, hoping that he could fix and rekindle the relationship, even though he was allowing the main character to hate him. He only wish was for the main character to despise him because he hated himself for what he did, going behind the main character's back. So technically they were supposed to have their marriage at the main character's mansion, but instead they have it at the Golden Terrace, where the main character and Melly could bow to the main character's father, grandfather, and second uncle's portraits, because their portraits are at the Golden Terrace. It was super sweet, but the main character also kind of brings down the mood by stating that when he passes, he wants the Melly to bring his portrait, something that was unable for the second uncle's spouse to do because they weren't married. This second uncle's spouse was a brother of the emperor, but because they couldn't come out about their relationship because of both of their positions, but the main character wants the Melly to do that for him, and I'm like, oh, sweet, so sweet. So they do return to the mansion, and the main character's stepmother, she's making a whole scene about it. She is displeased that she had to wait for the main character and male lead, and she thinks the male lead's going to be fully on her side because they're known to be enemies in court, that they despise each other. So she thinks the male lead's going to take her side and help her put the main character down. And he's like, no, you're not going to mistreat my husband. You're not going to do that. Also, I say husband, but these two call each other wife a lot. But yeah, he's like, you're not going to, put him down. You're getting out of here. And he has his men drag her out of there. When she tries making more of a scene, he has her dragged out. And then the main character's half-brother tries to physically assault the male lead for dragging his mother out. And he's also verbally harassing the male lead. And he's like, no, you're not doing that. And since the guy tried physically assaulting the male lead but ends up almost hurting the main character instead, but the main character was able to stop the attack, he has the dude dragged out and beaten. The male lead has the main character's half-brother dragged out and beaten. And that's like the last we heard of him. Also, why the male lead is so sweet and so amazing, he had the main character's mansion remodeled in a way it can, work for someone in a wheelchair. Like, he had it remodeled so it's accessible for people in wheelchairs. And he also had a pool added to the bathhouse so the main character could bathe himself, has an easier time bathing himself. Is he not amazing? He's so amazing. I love him. Also, Melly does confess to the main character and tell the main character he's been in love with him for 7 years. He's been in love with the main character for 7 years and wanted the main character to his side. He even tells the main character when the main character's like, oh, what would you have done if I was arranged to be married to you? And the Melly's like, I would have stolen my bride. I would have taken my bride home. No one else is allowed to marry my bride. I'm like, oh. This man is also very possessive and easily prone to jealousy. Like, if the main character even talks to somebody else, this man is drinking Vigener so hard. Like, he is downing that Vigener more than the male lead and Scum Saving System. And you're like, that's impossible. Like, no, this dude is. Like, he's way worse than the male lead and Scum Saving System when it comes to drinking Vigener. And it's after they marry, but they do finally kiss, and after they kiss, they basically kiss all the time, but they haven't done anything more, but they kiss a lot after they finally do get married, and the male lead confesses they kiss a ton. Well, they were already kissing before the male lead confessed, but they were kissing a ton. I'm like, you can't tell who's the top and who's the bottom. I'm pretty sure they're a switch, and I will be very pleased if I find out they're actually a switch, because the main character has so many ideas of how he's going to ravage his wife, and the male lead is also like, oh, if this wasn't where we were, I would have already ravaged him. Like, oh, I'm pretty sure they're a switch. I am very sure they're a switch.